We hadn't had a chance yet to get out into the country much in Belarus, outside of the Naliboki forest, which we had visited several times. And this time, some colleagues invited us to go out and explore this really cool place called Dutki. Dutki is a special place that showcases the crafts, traditions, and food from the past to the present in Belarus. There was so much to see, and we had a guided tour, so we were off and running from the very beginning.
So, we make it from grains. Sometimes we use rye grains, sometimes we use wheat grains. People in villages can use potatoes, apples, actually any fruit, any vegetable, anything that can form. It's dedicated to pottery craft. All the ceramics that you can see on the shelves has been made here by our local potters, Yuri and Dennis. From the pottery wheel. For that, today potters use a spring. In the past, they used horse's hair instead. You need just to make it tense enough to cut it just like with the help of a knife. Amazing. Here we go. Everything is done. Squeeze it because it will be spoiled, but in 10 minutes it will be hard enough to put it in your pot. And now a music break. The whistle that you can see now in Dennis' hands is very close to what we have shaped now, but a bit more professional. So we can play different melodies with it. Let's listen. Professional musical instrument. It is called ocarina. It was invented in Latin America. To Europe it was brought by Italian travelers. Today it is mainly used by different folk bands, and the music that you will see is called Lavoniha. It's traditional Belarusian music. Sound, but as far as you fill it with water, the sound is like of a nightingale, like in the forest.
Ну, собственно говоря, что я хотел рассказать.
Thank you, Dennis. The climate here is not so good for cotton. That's why traditional Belarusian clothes are linen, and we grow flax here to get linen fiber and to make fabric. Bunch of dried flax. You can touch it. The color is quite nice, it's fresh, that's why it is yellowish, maybe greenish. The more you keep it, the darker it is. This one is very old, that's why the color is very, very dark gray. And what you see, I mean the outside part, is used to get fiber. But under this cover, there is a part which is quite hotter and which is not needed for us. So the inner part is a rubbish for us. We need to use only the cover to get fiber. So we need somehow to get it out and to make fiber softer. In what way? You can make it manually. You can take some flax. And actually you will need just to tear it a little bit. So it seems to be quite easy to get it, but the problem is that to make lots of it, if you will do it manually, you will need ages. That's why to speed up, crush it with the help of this brake. You put it on and you start just to hammer it with the scissor. It becomes softer and softer. And finally, when you finish, you will get fiber. Lots of time to comb it, but it was doing because finally your fiber was clean and it felt like hair. And that's why even today sometimes it is used to make wings. One was used like a place to sit on, the other bar was used to put some flax fiber to it. At the top it was tied and then everybody sat on it. She pulled it out, and then she needed just to twist it between her fingers. And it was just a natural process. When you twist it, you can make a thread. But it starts to twist back. You need to fix it somehow. For that, in the past, people could use water, paint it. To make it, they use natural things like juice of some berries, juice of some plants. However, after washing, the colors were washed off. People needed somehow to fix them. Today we have lots of agents for that. In the past, people did not have any of that, but they managed to find just one, ammonia. They use it not in a pure way, surely, but you're all adult people, you know that ammonia is a component of urine of people. So it was quite okay to have a pot at home where urine was collected. And after painting, we need a lady volunteer to help us a little bit. Lady volunteer. Oh, I guess I just got volunteer. Our weaver, her name is Catherine. She will help us as well. So you talk now to sit correctly. Okay. You need to overstep it, but be careful not to injure your head. Okay, and let me make a little bench for you. Okay, now sit back. Okay. See, threads are in front of you, and now they have practically same level. To weave, you need to place up of them up, a part should be placed down. For moving the threads below, we have 4 pedals. At once, you need to press 2. And now you need to press it. Take it and press it. Just harder. No, harder. Oh, yes. To make it slide easily in between. Yes, you need just to push it. Yeah. Okay. And again, number 1 and number 3, number 2 and the belt was used like a kind of a protection totem, mainly by men. It was unimaginable for a man to go out without having any belt. And the peculiarity of handmade belts is that they have no any backside. I mean that it is all Masvich is a person who lives in Moscow. Because when they in Moscow, they then will allow money of the place of their production. And again, half of the German shop. This model is 401, and the bottom you can see 402. And they see that all the spots, they were made for the middle of the basket, but they were not kept. Yellow, sometimes orange, and the temperature is about 900 degrees, a bit more, maybe 950. Thank you. You can join us and have a little rest of Belarus, because we use it really much even today. Today mainly for making some decoration things like little dolls, some figures and so on, just for decoration. In the past, it was used really quite much in many different ways to make containers, to weave them. And even today, especially in villages, people still use many wooden utensils. And I'm quite sure that some of them are known to you. So let's start from the simple. What is that? Pottery, which is quite heavy. It's used to press it. So you put it on the bench, maybe on the table, something horizontal, and then you just press and roll it. To press and roll it. And in that way, step by step, you will get rid of all the wrinkles on the clothes. But it will take time. About 40-50 minutes just for one piece of your clothes. Then the next one and one more, and you will spend all the day ironing. And this is the best way to iron linen. For communication. People had no telephone, no internet. They use a system of signals, long, short, their combinations. So the horns were used just to communicate, to deliver different messages during battles, during wars, during some dangers and so on. So let's listen. Resembles a bull, maybe a cow, and that's why sometimes it was also used by shepherds to gather cattle together. And today, especially in Alps, for instance, where it's still impossible to use mobile phones, horns are used. But the real communication horns were about 4 meters long, so shoulders they were usually carried by a couple of people, and riders preferred to use small versions, small hunting horns. The distance covered of a long horn was about 30 kilometers. This one covers 3, 4, no more than that, but the sound is much louder. Let's listen. We have been demonstrated how to use it. Now it's your turn. Volunteer. Would you like to try the big one?
Sure.
On nails, and we have 2 wheels. Each wheel has a row of 3 nails, so 3 threads